The United Nations said Tuesday that at least 232 civilians were killed and 120 women and girls were raped or gang raped in the spring in attacks by South Sudan government troops and allied forces in opposition-held villages. The UN identified 3 commanders suspected of bearing the greatest responsibility in the violence in Unity State between April the 16th and May 24th. According to a UN human rights report, the violence may amount to war crimes. Elderly and civilians were burned alive, while women and girls were raped in the attacks aimed at driving out opposition forces. Spokesperson for the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Ravina Shamdasani, said the perpetrators of these revolting acts against defenseless civilians must not be allowed to get away with it.
How the SPLA and aligned forces would storm into villages in the early morning around dawn, surround the village and start shooting at fleeing civilians. The attackers would then steal cattle, loot entire households, and burn down houses and food stocks. Civilians were targeted, with the elderly, people with disabilities, and very young children killed in horrific acts of violence. Some hung from trees, and others burned alive in their own homes.
Well, there was no immediate reaction to the report from the government in Juba. On Monday, South Sudan rebels rejected a peace plan to reinstate insurgent leader Riek Machar as vice president, and a deal reached at talks in Uganda the day before.